First of all, I'm very proud that we have made the highest profits in the history of the airline, but we have also grown with passenger numbers, which was up nearly 20.1%, double of my competition. So I'm very pleased, but said that, we now face huge challenge because this blockade that has happened has been unprecedented in the history of aviation when neighboring countries have blockaded a country, both land, sea, and the air. Which will, of course, create a big impact for Qatar Airways.
In fact, do you have a legal right to challenge this? Because our international conventions, and for example, the UAE and Bahrain are signatories, and they are your neighbors.
Yes, we have legal channels to object to this. They are signatories to the Chicago Convention of 1944 and in the Air Services Transit Agreement. And this is very important that ICAO should now, ICAO, which is the international regulator, part of the United Nations, should heavily get involved and put their weight behind this to declare this an illegal act.
You have options on the table as we sit today.
Yes, we have options. As an airline, I have options, but I'm not prepared to talk about it in front of a camera.
But this is fairly aggressive in a sense what's happened. They've had offices closed in 3 countries so far. They don't seem to want a solution.
Yes, it is actually a travesty of civilized behavior to close airline offices. Airline offices are not political arm. They are commercial offices which sells tickets. We were not allowed, we were sealed as if it was a criminal organization. We were not allowed to give refunds to our passengers, and we were not even given time to address those issues. Other than these 18 destinations that we have been blocked from is normal, and we are going to continue with our expansion because the state of Qatar never gets intimidated by acts that are illegal and against international law.
But we're looking at nearly 50 flights a day. It's almost a quarter of your capacity. How do you withstand that? And do you need to go to the government and say, look, I need cash to get through what is going to be a very turbulent time?
We are not going to ask our government for any cash because Qatar Airways is a very cash-strong airline. We have published our accounts already, and people can look at those accounts and see our cash balance.
You were an early supporter of President Trump, and he's taken sides here, if I can be blunt, with Saudi Arabia. What do you think today about that position, particularly because Qatar is home to a U.S. Air Force base?
Well, we have 15,000 Americans living, 10,000 American troops, Central Command headquarters. It is for the American people to judge this. I don't want to comment about President Trump. I'm extremely disappointed because I never expected a country that is so dependent on its fight against terrorism on my country is treating my country with staying on the back seat. They should be the leader trying to break this blockade and not sitting and watching what's going on and actually putting fuel on fire.
Does it play into the hands of Iran and Turkey, even if you look at it from a standpoint of survival with food, for example? Airspace that you need to fly out of is over Iran, 200 flights a day.
Well, this is when the time of need is when you really know your friends. And we have a lot of friends. Yes, Qatar is a small country, but Qatar also has many big friends that will help us to circumvent this blockade and have a normal life.
You have over 150 destinations. The country secured the 2022 World Cup. It has 13% of the proven natural gas reserves. Are your neighbors trying to chop you down to size in the bigger picture?
Actually, the truth is the opposite. They have climbed on a very tall tree, and now they don't know how to get down from it. And they will only get down by injuring themselves. Qatar Airways will be a robust airline, and the state of Qatar will persevere.